carefully. And them a kill off the woman them like when Babylon running a Tivoli. Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman them. Why you a kill off the woman them? Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman them. Why you a kill off the woman them? Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman them. No more violence, no. Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman them. Why you a kill off the woman them? Oh, murder she cries. Murder she cries. Oh, murder she cries. Murder she cries. Linkage Radio come to rule, and we have the angle, the tackle, and we have the tool. Yeah, man, Sanchez, I keep it locked. Linkage.
There are radio stations within the air, but to this, none can compare. Trying to figure what to think, because now with us, you're fully linked. Stay linked to Linkage Radio, your home for entertainment.
This station rules the nation.
Pinky Lou, me pants them not tight up on me like a you. Pinky Lou, me pants them not tight up on me like a you. Cause, you know, the other day my wife used to go to Citywide Laundromat and she changed and go to one of them bigger laundromat. But now she gone back at Citywide Laundromat, located at 277 East 3rd Street in Mount Vernon. I mean, I tell the people, me pants them start fit, yeah! You want now? Pinky Lou? Pinky Lou, my pants them not tight up on me like a you. Yes, my pants them start to fit, them start to have shape, my clothes them start look good. Since you started go back to Citywide Laundromat, located at 277 East 3rd Street in Mount Vernon. And you can call them right now. Their telephone number is 914-663-1738. 1738.
QuickLink Home Repair is available for all your home repair needs. We specialize in sheetrocking, roofing, tiling, plumbing, and even building new homes. We are fully licensed and fully insured for Westchester and all of New York State. We also have licensed electricians and plumbers. Do you own land? We offer financing services to build your new home. Before you call anyone else, stop and think and give us a call at QuickLink.
Their telephone number is 914-338-6417. 914-338-6417. Give them a call. 914-338-6417.
So now you know, for a construction company, you don't have to think. With QuickLink Construction, you're fully linked.
Supporting you through COVID-19 is our top priority. JN Money is committed to protecting you and will continue to provide consistent and quality service during this global health crisis. To protect you, JN Money has temporarily revised its opening hours and has closed some locations to ensure your safety. Our JN Money online service has been restored. Therefore, we encourage customers to send money safely and conveniently using this medium where possible. Visit jnmoneyonline.com or follow us on Instagram and Facebook for updates and information on COVID-19. With fast, safe, and convenient services, JN Money will help you find a way.
Void where prohibited. Limited to persons 18 years and older. JN Money Services USA Inc. A licensed money transmitter in the states of Connecticut, District of Columbia, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York.
Bands, vocal groups. You know rehearsal's very important. So, when you need to rehearse, come to Back in Effect Rehearsal Studio, located at 515 South Fulton Avenue, Mount Vernon. We're fully equipped Great rates, block rates are available. When you want to book, call 914-320-1295. 914-320-1295. Ask for John. Come get your rehearsal on. See ya.
Ty Associates is your one-stop for personal income tax preparation. They work exclusively by phone, fax, and email. So after a phone call to them, from the comfort of your home or office, you can send all of your tax documentation to them, and they will contact you with all of your options. Ty Associates can prepare taxes in all 50 states, part-year residents, non-residents, and amended returns. If you haven't filed taxes for many years, we can prepare returns that are more than 10 years ago. Call them at 800-219-4885 or log on to tyassociates.com. That is tyassociates.com. Among the financial services we offer are refund planning, amended returns, and for first-time home buyers, we offer mortgage consultations. If you have a business and need business consultations, you can call us at 800-219-4885 or log on to tyassociates.com. One love.
Looking for a venue with lots of amenities at reasonable cost? Well, look no further. Lux V Event Venue Rental is your to-go place for all your special occasions. Conveniently and centrally located, we service the Bronx, Westchester, and NYC metro areas. Our all-white canvas features 3,200 square feet, available for your next private event. Come and host your baby showers, bridal showers, baptisms, birthday parties, conferences, christening, dinner parties, grad parties, sweet 16, repass, weddings and wedding receptions, plus much more. Book now. Dates are filling up fast. Come and see for yourself. Visit us at 58 Gramerton Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York. Call or text 914-233-7881 or 631-796-7319 with inquiries. Ask about our weekend brunch hour specials at reduced cost. Lux V Events, an inspiring social experience. See you soon.
Got to make a stop at my favorite spot. Back to the original dumpling shop. People like to grab them when they're fresh and hot. Everybody knows so we love it with spread. At the original dumpling shop, our handmade dumplings great like that. Lots of fried fish is only on them top, with vinegar and pepper and enough carrot. Try the ackee and saltfish, the ham and the porridge, the steamed fish, the curry goat. So much food to talk about. Dumpling shop, it's a dumpling shop. We are the original, them a copycat. Everybody say we're the cream of the crop. We're in the Bronx, right next to the 5 train stop. 3435 Baychester Avenue in the Bronx. Now this is Richie Stevens, and don't get it twisted, this is the original dumpling shop. This is the first time I eat one of them dumplings where nice, me hear me. So you see, from that me keep coming back. Till now me know the business hours from Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fridays to Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. On Sundays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Dumpling shop, it's a dumpling shop. We are the original, them a copycat. Telephone 718-653-7777. 3435 Baychester Avenue in the Bronx. This is the original dumpling shop.
New York, I introduce the best ice cream factory located in Mount Vernon, 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Call and place your order at 914-699-1349. We also do delivery from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have the most Jamaican flavors: grape nut, pistachio grape nut, rum and raisin, Jamaican rum and raisin, sour milk ice cream, sugar-free ice cream, stout ice cream cake, peach grape nut, and more. Also check out Papa Deli's right next door. When you talk about jerk chicken, jerk pork, roast fish, fry fish, and roast corn. Contact me at 914-699-0145. Also check out our juice bar with our smoothies, boosters, mash, and therapy juices. 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Ice cream, jerk chicken, roast fish and corn, and over them we gone.
We sold it.
CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions. Call and place your order at 914-863-0188 or 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. Check out our menu. We have curry goat, curry chicken, fried chicken, brown stew chicken, jerk and stew pork, stew peas, oxtail, brown stew fish, $12 and upwards. Goes by order. Steamed fish, $12 and upwards. Also goes by order. Steamed vegetables. All meals come with white rice or rice and peas with vegetable. Check out the soup menu. We have chicken soup, red pea soup, seafood soup, goat head soup at CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions. Big up the top chef Conroy and his wife. Big up the 2 grill masters, Courtney and Ron. So remember to check out CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's here. Have you ever experienced a bad workmanship? Someone who work at your house and you're not satisfied, but you can't find good help? Well, look no further. Quicklink Construction is a licensed general construction company that's fully insured for the 5 boroughs and Westchester. A one-stop construction company that will cater to your needs. Experience is what counts in this business, and we have the experience for more than 35 years. So if you need a paint job, call us. If the roof is talking to you, call us. If your garage won't open, call us. If you need a new paint job, call us. If you try to do the work yourself and your wife won't talk to you, call us. 914-665-0106. Quicklink Construction. No job too big, no job too small. Just call us. 914-665-0106. 914-665-0106. We have the experience. Quicklink Construction.
And I know.
Pass me a flash, let me tell the things them. People never know the rum talk and me a sing them. Ali Brand the rum boss I represent. Remember Dill's rum, Butcher's wine and Spirit Inc. Of all of the alcoholic beverages you need. From a pink to a anchor, Moscato, Merlot, Hennessy, Douce, Tiger Bone, Ginseng, Rare Nephew rum, Appleton, Myers rum, Stone Ginger wine, Red Label, Taylor Port, Fairbanks, Mount Gay, Sangster, Rum Bar, Jamaica Brandy, Syrah, Grey Goose, Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker and more. You're drinking or joking, open hours. Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Address 104 South 4th Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550. It makes sense to save you dollars. Contact 914-699-7267. Email us at
DutchessWineXpert@gmail.com.
must be 21 and over to drink. 40 minimum delivery. Drink responsibly. Plead my cause, oh Jah. I don't know Junex I represent for Linkage Radio 104.5 FM. I def them.
You're locked on to the number 1 radio station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
Number 1. The best music. For your listening pleasure.
Are hungry? Come to Kula Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nereida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Kula Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
did someone say it's Thursday? I believe they did, and I believe they are right. And you are here with me in the right segment, the right time, on the right station. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. The community platform where information is guaranteed. I'd like to let you know that I am your dynamic host, producer, and presenter of Inside the Zone. This evening's program is called Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Inside the Zone's informational platform features include news, literature readings, sports, entertainment, music, politics, interviews, health, immigration, education, family, and so much more. These features focuses on people within the Caribbean community, across the Caribbean and the world at large. The show is brought to you on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5, and Sign FM 88.9 and Fever FM 90.1. Log on to Inside the Zone on your YouTube channel. Catch me live from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, and Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? As always, I have a great show lined up for you this evening. And of course, you can catch us on your budding and buzzing station 24/7, 365 days for the year. Hello to everyone tuning in with me this evening. I am your friend, your neighbor, someone who cares, someone who understands, someone who has a word, someone who has a prayer, someone who just loves people. And if you love people, then of course you ought to be loving me here inside the zone with Lady D. 23 minutes after 6 o'clock. As always, on a Thursday evening, I start off the show with Inspirational Zone. Get your praise on with great gospel music. Did I tell you, or Birdie told you, that today is dubbed Sounds of Gospel Thursday? Sounds of Gospel Thursday, and I do have gospel music lined up for you in between features this evening. News Zone comes up, delayed broadcast of the news from the Jamaica Information Service. Music Zone with Sounds of Gospel Thursday at 7 p.m. today. It is the first Thursday in the month of January, and each and every first Thursday we bring you Community Law Talk with Mr. Merrick and yours truly, Lady D, at 7 p.m. Let's talk divorce in New York. Why? Let's talk divorce in New York. I wonder what that is all about. Mr. Merrick will let us know. His office is located at 782 Burke Avenue in the Bronx. Schedule a consult today. Call 718-519-6281. 718-519-6281. Know the facts with Delia Farquharson, Councilwoman of Mount Vernon, New York. And this evening, Mrs. Farquharson will be bringing us into the know the facts concerning the COVID-19, how it's being addressed here within the council, within the city of Mount Vernon. We'll be talking about that. 24 minutes after 6 o'clock, we get our praise on in minutes. And once again, I'd like to remind you that Western Union has great plans just for you. Now you can use Western Union to send money directly to major banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, Sagicor, and more. It's fast and convenient. Download the Western Union app today or visit westernunion.com to start sending money directly to most bank accounts in Jamaica. Don't forget to tell your receiver in Jamaica to go to the nearest Western Union location and register their bank account so that they can start receiving money in their bank accounts. To register, the receiver must take a current government-issued ID, TRN, and their bank account number with the latest bank transaction receipt for validation. Western Union, start sending money directly to most bank accounts in Jamaica today. For more information, visit westernunion.com or call 718-801-9370. Here's your disclaimer. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services, Inc., NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services, LLC, NLMS, hashtag 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for details. 26 minutes after 6 o'clock. Let's get our praise on a Thursday. Hello, young, old, middle, in age, wherever you fall, I am there with you to say, you know what, let's get the show on the road. And you're celebrating your birthday, happy wedding anniversary. A baby was born today. Something exciting is happening in the world. Reminding you, log on to YouTube right now. Do the search, Inside the Zone. Who will you see? Me. Lady D, Denise Gomez. Let's praise. Victory belongs to Jesus. Even in this horrid time, victory belongs to Jesus.
Stand against the Lord, no one can, no one will. Who will stand against our King? No one can, no one will. Oh. Victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to Him. Victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to Him. So who can stand? Who can stand against the Lord? No one. No one can. Nobody can. No one can. No one will. No one will. Oh. you. Yes, we put our hope in you. This is the part I love. Sing. You're a provider. I find my victory. Yes, she's I'm forever victorious. And forever I win. The victory is in you, Jesus. You will deliver. You will provide alone. I find safety. I find my victory in your Jesus. And forever victorious.
Oh, what a song, what a song, what a song. Victory belongs to Jesus. Todd Delaney. Inspirational Zone inside the zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. Telephone 914-600-4228. Are you blessed this evening? I hope you are. COVID-19 bothering you, isn't it? We have hope, don't we? We're not afraid. We're not afraid. 6:31 p.m. Winding down, winding down. Victory belongs to Jesus. Inspirational Zone brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Give them a call, won't you? 718-324-7484 and make your purchase today. It is Thursday. Purchase your brown stew fish or your baked salmon with chili sauce. That's what I'm talking about. 6:32 p.m. As always on a Thursday, right after Inspirational Zone, I take you to News Zone, the late broadcast of the news from the Jamaica Information Service. Good evening, everyone.
Of 8 persons that we would classify as having moderate symptoms. And by moderate symptoms, what I mean is that they are on oxygen therapy, or they are wheezing. And we have 6 persons that have mild symptoms. And by mild symptoms, I mean that they have a sore throat or a dry cough.
So Clarendon, it's 10. Hanover, it's 0. Kingston and St. Andrew, 12. Manchester, 4. Portland, 1. St. Anne, 5. St. Catherine, 4. St. Elizabeth, 1. St. James, 4. St. Mary, 1. St. Thomas, 0. Trelawney, 0. Westmoreland, 2. There are 24 imported cases, 17 imported related cases, and 3 cases under investigation. In terms of the age, the average age of the confirmed patients is 51 years, ranging from a minimum of 12 years to a maximum of 87 years. And there are 21 females and 23 males who have been confirmed as having COVID-19 to date. In the meantime, we have 44 persons who are currently in isolation. 24 persons are under quarantine in a government facility. In addition, of course, to the 140 Cuban health professionals who are being quarantined, I think, until this weekend, when they will be allowed to engage the public health system to bolster our frontline defense to persons we have to treat with linked to the coronavirus. In terms of testing, we have done some 442 samples, including the samples that were tested for severe acute respiratory infections. 44 of that number would have tested positive, 394 negative, and we have 4 results that are pending. We hope to get the results of those later on today, if not tomorrow. What this shows, therefore, is that we have a positivity yield of 10%. So of all the tests that we have done to date, all 442, we have approximately a 10% yield which by international standards is good. Having reviewed the protocol, we have had consultations with senior virologists and infection control specialists, of course guided also by the WHO, PAHO. We are of the view that the testing has been sufficient to date in giving us an indication of the virus or the presence of the virus in the population. It has allowed us to monitor our healthcare frontline workers because they're also a part of that protocol of testing. And the more general testing that takes place for persons who have respiratory ailments and are in hospital but have no link to a positive case, we include them in that sampling. All combined, therefore, we think that we have a good sense of what is happening on the ground, and we are encouraged to date by the numbers. I'd like to announce that between now and the weekend, I think on Friday, we should be in a position to roll out the mobile testing mechanism. The ministry will be essentially engaging mobile units, which will be branded to indicate their purpose, and those units will be deployed in parishes across the country. We're going to begin in the Southeast Regional Health Authority, SERA, and Northeast Regional Health Authority region, and there will be a protocol assigned to the deployment of those mobile units where persons who have a desire to be tested would be subjected to that protocol in terms of an assessment done or triage, as would be done in an accident and emergency context. And if they meet the specific requirements or criteria, then they would be, the samples would be collected by those units and tests administered, and they'll be contacted and given appropriate counseling and guidance. This will increase tests across the country and will give an opportunity for persons to volunteer for testing. We have an app that is also going to be published that would allow persons to use a technology platform to also sign up if they think they want to be tested. Just to say, though, that the fact that you want to be tested doesn't mean that you will be tested. It's a function of the clinical assessment that would be done and the counseling that would be done. In terms of community quarantine, we continue to have the Corn Peace settlement in Clarendon under quarantine. The residents have been supportive.
We really are monitoring 50 households in association with the first positive person from the Corn Peace settlement. The majority of those households are within the Corn Peace settlement, and then we have additional households that are in Portland Cottage and Longville community and in Hayes. For those 50 households, we have interviewed over 250 persons, and there have been about 30 persons that we have identified as close contacts to the first person that was positive and then the second related contact that was positive.
In terms of home quarantine, the ministry would like again to remind travelers who have come into the island between March 18 and 23rd, 2020, from countries where there is local transmission, that they must self-quarantine for 14 days and, of course, report to the Ministry of Health and Wellness using the portal jamcovid19.moh.gov.jm. That's jam, COVID19.moh.gov.jm. If you develop symptoms, of course, you can call the 8881-LOVE or 888-663-5683. I'm happy to announce that the Andrews Memorial Hospital will be used based on an agreement as an extension of the Kingston Public Hospital. So as needed, patients who are admitted at KPH would also, if necessary, and based on the appropriate arrangements, be housed at Andrews Hospital?
Each hospital was required to clear a ward to provide support for COVID. KPH is one of those hospitals that was identified and have responded by clearing at least 2 wards. This has reduced their capacity to treat with other patients who are probably medical patients or surgical patients. And so the plan that was agreed to with Andrews is that those medical and surgical patients who could be admitted to Andrews as an extension of their admission to KPH would be housed or would be accommodated in their facility.
20 minutes to 7 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. This segment is brought to you by Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road in the Bronx. 2 days ago, I had the cheese waffle. I did. I had the cheese cake waffle with shrimp on the side, and it was nice. So kudos to Corey's Eats. I promised I would sample it and give you a report. So I'm reporting public service announcement, the cheesecake waffle at Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. I recommend it. You should try it. It's nice, and I had it with shrimp on the side. What can I say? I feel bossy. I feel proud. I actually carried through what I planned to do. I'd like to say happy birthday to Journey Lee Strong James. Thank you, Happy, for reaching out. So I have said happy birthday to you, Journey Lee Strong James. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday today. I know that the COVID-19 is actually so overwhelming. Parents, families, friends are losing children, loved ones. And it's a very lonely process because they can't go to visit them once they enter the hospital. That's it. And many people have succumbed to this virus. So we know how difficult it is. All you do, take every measure that you possibly can in ensuring that you are safe. That's all we can do. Wash your hands frequently. Do the distancing recommendation. Do all you can, because as far as to what they're saying, rather, they think the figures will escalate. And all you and I have to do is just be careful. Welcome to those of you who are tuning in via my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone. Please subscribe to the channel and forward the link to someone in your network. Let them know the show is on. Let them know it's good. Let them know that it's informative. And let them know it features news, literature readings, music, health, immigration, family, education, and so much more. This evening, Center Stage, of course, we will be talking at 7 o'clock with Attorney Merrick DeMar, and that's a segment we call Community Law Talk, and we'll be talking about divorce. Let's talk divorce in New York. Let's talk divorce in New York, Locks. Wonder what that, it perhaps just touched somebody's sore point, but we have to deal with the issues as we see them, don't we? Our telephone number here is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Did I tell you it's Sounds of Gospel Thursday? Or I forgot. No, I did not. It is Sound of Gospel Thursday here on the show. Here we go with music for you. 914-600-4228. I'd like to say hi to Touch FM Radio 90.1 and Sign FM 88.9.
This morning I woke up and I look in the mirror and every part of my body was in place. Many people died and never saw this day. So another day I live, I appreciate. Don't ever wanna act too high and mighty, cause tomorrow I can fall down on my face. So in everything, Lord, I give you praise, and that puts a smile on my face. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day, it's a beautiful day, yeah. Don't fuss and fight, let us unite. We got one life, so let's make it right. It's a beautiful day, yeah. It's a beautiful day. So yeah, though I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, I will fear no evil, won't be dismayed when I see the clock ticking away and things are not in place. Everything in life happens for a reason. Disappointment comes with a lesson. It's for me to get wiser, got to work harder. In the end, it will get better. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Don't fuss and fight, let us unite, so let's make it right. It's a beautiful day.
6:46 p.m. No matter what is going on, it is a beautiful day. We're here, aren't we? We're breathing. You're perhaps recovering from the very mild traits of COVID-19. So we're smiling and we're happy today.
It's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It may not be the way I want it to be, but I thank you for every situation that made me good and bad friends that came into my life, and those who are still here today. Lord, I thank you, yeah. 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 Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, yeah. Don't fuss and fight, let us unite.
Log on to your YouTube channel and do the search Inside the Zone. That's my YouTube channel. I'm trying to ramp it up, you know? Yeah, that's the voice of Jermaine Edwards out of Jamaica. I remember when Jermaine started, you know, like everything else, we're not experts. And so we go through the motion of understanding what is it that I'm forming here? How is it going to impact somebody's life? Where is it going? Sometimes you feel like you just can't even bother. But if you have a vision, you keep pressing, and he's doing exceptionally well. 6:49 p.m., April 2nd. It's the second day of April, the first Thursday in the month of April, and I'd like to welcome you to the show. Our telephone number to call the Linkage Station is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Those of you who are on the YouTube channel, I ask that you share the link with someone you know and say, hey, check out the show. I'm live with Lady D. More music for you in Music Zone, Sounds of Gospel Thursday. You're saturated with news, left, right, and center. It's almost like we have nothing else to talk about. But when you look at it, there's a whole lot to talk about because it's a difficult time. But I know it's a beautiful day, and I chose today as Sounds of Gospel Day because we have to shout out, don't we? We have to. Ha 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 ha.
Prodigal son. She is so mighty.
Jesus bigger than what people say.
We are bigger.
10 minutes to 7 o'clock. At 7 p.m., Community Law Talk with Mr. Merrick and yours truly, Lady D.
Them running up your mouth, but you're bigger than what people say.
Glory to your name, God.
Hallelujah, magnificent God.
Just name mega magnificent.
Dragon big God.
Just name mega ginormous.
Magnanimous.
Mega magnificent, you magnanimous.
Jesus bigger than what people say.
Ding it, ding it, ding it.
Jesus bigger than what people say. I hear them talking, hear them running out their mouth, but you're bigger than what people say.
Don't tell me.
Jesus bigger than what people say. Jesus bigger than what people say.
Ding it, ding it, ding it.
I hear them talking, I hear them running out their mouth, but you're bigger than what people say.
Them don't know you.
Oh, you're big so, oh, you're big so,
Life giver.
oh, you're big so, oh, you're big so,
Omnipresent.
oh, you're big so, oh, you're big so,
Everlasting.
oh, you're big so, oh, you're big
Let me
so.
describe him. Jesus bigger than the mountain, bigger than the hills,
Yes,
bigger
sir.
than the doctor, bigger than the pills, bigger than my problem, bigger than my bills, bigger than your future, bigger than your past, bigger than your job, bigger than your boss, bigger than your exam fail or passing, bigger than.
Jesus bigger than what people say.
Much bigger.
Jesus bigger than what people say.
Undisputed.
I hear them talking, I hear them running up their mouth, but you're bigger than what people say. Oh, you're big so, oh, you're big so,
The
Daddy.
super
Oh, you're
sizes
big
God.
so, oh, you're big so, Lord. Oh, you're big so, oh, you're big so,
Adonai.
oh, you're big so, me say, oh, you're
Let me
big
tell you
so.
again. Them put him on the cross, him bigger than that. Grave to no hold him bigger than that. Raised from the dead, him bigger than that. Him bigger than that. So him big like the world, him bigger than that. The whole universe, him bigger than that. So infinite, him bigger than that. Bigger than that.
Big so, oh, you're big
What
so,
a God big.
oh, you're big so, oh, you're big so,
None to compare.
oh, you're big so, oh, you're big so,
You alone, God.
big so, oh, you're big so. Nobody can put him in a box, not even death could have hold him in a the grave.
Never.
1, 2, 3, on the third day in grace. Confess and repent and you must get saved.
Why you?
Oh, God, you big.
Larger than life.
Oh, God, you big.
Unfathomable.
Oh, God, you big.
Mega.
God, you big.
Awesome and incredible.
Oh, God, you big.
Eyes have not seen. Ears have not heard. Neither has it entered in the minds of man. His infinite glory. Bigger than the universe.
Jesus bigger than what people say.
Incredible God.
Evening, welcome to Center Stage. Hello.
Yes. Good evening, Lady D.
Good evening, my dear.
What happened to the station? I cannot get it on the phone. What happened?
Hortense.
It broke down?
Hortense.
It broke down?
Hortense.
Yes.
All right, listen to me
Yes.
carefully. They're
Mm-hmm.
having some technical problems. Last Monday,
Right.
I told you to tune in to my YouTube channel and you'll be able to hear the show. Did you do that? Did
Right.
you ask for help to do that?
Yes, yes.
So do it again.
Yes, I did.
Do it again and you'll be able to hear the show. Okay?
Yeah, but where is the link?
Hortense, I cannot do that with you now, my lovey. I can't deal with that on my program now. All I can tell you is that you have an option to go on my YouTube page, type in Inside the Zone, and you'll be able to hear the show.
DJ Linkage is not here now, and I wouldn't even be able to answer the question fully for you. Okay, my love? And a segment is coming up, so I'm going to have to love you, leave you. Ask someone to go onto YouTube on your phone, type in Inside the Zone, and you'll hear everything going on here this evening. How about that? Blessings? Alrighty, the show continues. That's Hortense. She loves the radio, and these things do happen. We have technical glitch, and it's being worked on. But, of course, you're able to hear the show Inside the Zone on the YouTube channel for those of you. And if you, of course, are able to catch us on the radio, 104.5, 101.7, and there are 2 stations that are broadcasting Inside the Zone this evening, Sign FM 88.9 and Touch FM Radio 90.1. I'd like to remind you that New Testament Temple Church of God, that's my house of worship. Let me share what's going on in the month of April. Between April 2, being today, to April 5, we are wrapping up our fasting services. We started our 40-day fast on Ash Wednesday, and we'll be wrapping it up this coming weekend. Services are online. For those of you who'd like to catch the word this evening, you can go to YouTube and type in NTTCOG. That's it. Subscribe, and you'll be able to watch Pastor Peart giving his word for this evening. Also, this coming Sunday, we will be having only one service. Customarily, we have 2 services, 8 and 11:30, but in light of what's taking place now, we're only having one service, and that will be this coming Sunday morning at 9 a.m., again online. Go to the YouTube channel, type in NTTCOG. All you do is subscribe, and you'll be able to watch the church service on Sunday. April 9, we are going to be doing our communion and feet washing, but those of you who are able to do so at home, then you'll be able to do that from home. April 9 through 12 will be our first fruit services, and that also will be online. And during the rest of this week, Pastor Peart will be giving the instructions accordingly. April 10 will be Good Friday service at 9 a.m. online on the YouTube channel, once again, NTTCOG. April 12 will be Easter Sunday service, also at 9 a.m. online. So, if you want to also catch the show, the service, you can also go to Facebook and type in New Testament Temple, okay? And we do have our PushPay and Zelle online payment plan in place for those of you who are always giving your tithes, your offering, your donations. You can go to PushPay and you look for New Testament Temple. The same thing with the Zelle. You can go to the Zelle, type in New Testament Temple, and you'll be able to pay your tithes, your offering, and your donations. A lot going on, wouldn't you say? Western Union. Now you can use Western Union to send money directly to major banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, Sagicor, and more. It's fast and convenient. Download the Western Union app today or visit westernunion.com to start sending money directly to most bank accounts in Jamaica. Don't forget to tell your receiver in Jamaica to go to the nearest Western Union location and register their bank account so that they can start receiving money in their bank accounts. To register, the receiver must take a current government-issued ID, TRN, and their bank account number with the latest bank transaction receipt for validation. Western Union. Start sending money directly to most bank accounts in Jamaica today. For more information, visit westernunion.com or call 718-801-9370. Ha ha ha. Lots going on. 1 minute to 7 o'clock. And hello, one and all, wherever you are, whoever you are. I'd like to bless you up and to wish you so much such good health. If there's never a time anybody needs good health, it's now. Because we realize that with the COVID-19, if you have underlying conditions, whatever they may be, the virus in its aggressive form, it just attacks your body. Man, it's just difficult. Just a difficult time. 7 p.m. Stick and stay with me. Don't go anywhere. Community Law Talk with Mr. Merrick and Lady D, Denise Gomez, is coming up in seconds. And I would like to just bless up everybody tuning in, okay? Bless you, bless you, bless you. And while I'm saying bless you, bless you, bless you, I am blessing up our host for the segment online with me. Good evening, Mr. Merrick. It is indeed a beautiful, beautiful Thursday because I'm here, you're here, and life is good.
You know, a pleasant good evening to you, Lady D. And I'm so happy you started the segment that way. We need that type of positivity in our world right now. And yes, it is a beautiful day. I join you with that, and I wish that to all our listeners.
Thank you. And you are good, I hope.
Can't complain as always, and I'm following all the rules, and I'm sure you are, and we're inviting all our listeners and their families to take heed, follow the simple rules. It's going to get better, but together, we have to make it better by following the rules, adhering to all the tips, and once we do that, it might take some time, but it's going to get better. It's going to get better.
I believe so too. Welcome to Community Law Talk with Mr. Merrick and Lady D. And this evening's topic, we'll be talking about, Lord, let's talk divorce in New York. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere.
How you mean? Brothers and sisters, good day there. How you doing? Hope you doing fine. This mix up and blend for a man like that and giant as I would say. Yeah. Real keen from a record machine to the spot when all I see make it rock and come in as I will tell you. Down in the middle of this, make it jump onto it, speaking of this, tell you about it. Sometimes it's hard, but try and you make it. Believe you me. In order to achieve, go forth and take it. Set yourself free. With obstacles in your way, you may fall before you rise. But if you really want good, you know off and run. So get up and keep your eyes on the prize.
Yes, what can I say? Let's keep our eyes on the prize. We know it's rough, but things continue. Life happens. People find themselves in different situations at different times, and there has to be someone with that experience to guide them through the process, or to say, hey, I'm aware of this. This is what you need to do. And that's why attorney at law Merrick DeMar is online with me. His office is located at 782 Burke Avenue in the Bronx. And I invite you to, say, hey, Mr. Merrick, I heard you on Lady D, so I want to call you for a consult. All you need to do is dial 718-519-6281. Let's talk divorce in New York. Why? Why, Mr. Merrick DeMar?
I chose New York not only because I'm from New York, but New York has its little quirky little things that we need to understand. And in general, I'm going to be speaking about divorces throughout also, because what I'm going to be doing is giving you some tips on how to prepare for a divorce. Now, what do I mean how to prepare for a divorce? Who wants to get a divorce? Now, the first thing we have to consider is that there's a lot of individuals who the first thing they try to accomplish when they have a household argument is to get a divorce. The reason why I want to focus on New York divorces because in New York there is a trend, an unfortunate trend, to file divorces for the wrong reasons, and I'll give you 3 reasons why. Number 1 immigration. We're not going to spend much time on that. That speaks for itself, Lady D.
Yes.
Number 2, anger and the lack of desire on the part of the participants to seek counseling. Now, what we do is we try to counsel individuals before we even attempt to entertain the notion of a divorce, because 9 times out of 10, we come to realize that it's 1 or 2 minor issues. Now, what might be major for you, Lady D, might be minor for me, and vice versa, but it's usually a matter of finances and a matter of family involvement that creates the need for a divorce. The third reason we see in New York why people gravitate towards divorces is that their attorneys, unfortunately, we have some attorneys who are all too willing to create this harmony in a household situation for the sake of making $1, Lady D.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And encouraging participants, well, their client, to do unscrupulous things that will provoke the necessity for a divorce. Now, I don't know if you know this, but in the last week and a half, there has been a dramatic increase in the filings of divorce in New York State.
Really?
And yes, and you ask yourself the question, why? And is there any relationship probably between staying home, having everyone stay home, and these increases in divorces?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are 2 types of divorces, and I'm going to quickly go through them. There's what we call an uncontested divorce, and there's a contested divorce. An uncontested divorce is when everyone agrees that, look, we have settled our scores, we have divided our property, we have made agreements for the kids, arrangements for the kids. What is yours, what is mine. I'm going to take care of my problems, you take care of your problems. We take a knife and surgically cut the property in 2, and that's yours, this is mine, I'll sign, you'll sign, have a good life, nice knowing you.
Right.
A contested divorce, on the other hand, is when there are issues that are outstanding that individuals cannot seem to come eye to eye with, and they then have to take it to court. Now, an uncontested divorce does not require court appearance, whereas a contested divorce, you need to go to court and trash it out in front of a judge, a matrimonial judge, who then has the authority to make decisions on the division of property. So the best thing we can do before you file for a divorce is to try to trash it out amongst yourselves, because at the end of the day, the unscrupulous attorneys are usually the one that wins more than you, and when in fact you're the one doing the battle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, I'm not here to badmouth attorneys. I'm here to try to save a marriage by speaking about divorce. How is that possible? Well, if we show you the nature of the beast, you might not want to engage the beast. Now, if in fact you're going to go for a divorce in New York, you have to first establish what is called residency. Right. You have to show that New York has some relationship with the grounds for divorce and with the jurisdiction for divorce. Now, these are some ways in which you can establish residency in New York. Number 1, either you or your spouse have been living in New York continuously for 2 years. So it's either one or the other. So let's say, Lady D, you live in Connecticut, I live in New York, we have been married for a while, but we separated some time ago, and I'm living in New York now for over 2 years. Well, we can file a divorce in New York. It doesn't matter that you live in Connecticut. The second one is that we have been living, one or the other has been living in New York for over a year, and the marriage took place in the state of New York, or at some time or the other, we lived in New York as a married couple, or the grounds for divorce happened in the state of New York. So, again, we see where we either lived here, or we got married here, or the grounds for the divorce, which we'll discuss in a minute, took place in New York. And or the third one is the both of us are still living in New York. So that's how we establish residency in the state of New York.
Okay.
Now, Ladies and gentlemen, we're up for a station. No, we're not up for a station break.
Not
I want
yet.
to remind you that no call is an interruption to our program. Please feel free to call me about divorces or anything else you would like to discuss today. The question you asked might be helping a lot of other individuals. Lady D will give you the station number.
The telephone number
right.
is 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. Reminding you, Merrick DeMar's office is located at 782 Burke Avenue in the Bronx. Continue.
Thank you. Now, let's talk about the grounds for divorce in New York. There are actually 7 grounds for divorce in New York, and in the last 4 or 5 years, New York expanded to the 7th ground, actually a little bit longer. The first one, which is the most common form of divorce, and this is the last ground that was actually added to the many grounds in New York a few years ago, became the most popular, is what we call an irretrievable breakdown in a relationship for at least a period of 6 months. Now, what this means is that this is what you call a no-fault divorce. What this means is that the marriage just fizzled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to blame you, Lady D. You're not going to blame me. We came to a point in our relationship where it was not happening anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we could be living in the same house. We could be sharing jokes with each other. We could even be sharing a meal. But there's a distinct yellow line down the middle of the bed. And we're no longer living as husband and wife. And that's important because if within the 6 months that we have had the breakdown, if within the 6 months we reconciled and removed that yellow line from the middle of the bed, then the grounds disappear.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we call in New York a no-fault divorce. And it is saying to the world that we have settled all economic issues, we have settled all debts, and we have settled how the marital property will be divided, and we have agreed on custody and support of the children. That has been settled.
Mm-hmm.
So that's irretrievable breakdown. The second one is, and this one now is what I've seen mostly back in the 90s and in the early 2000s, cruel and inhuman treatment. Now, I'm seeing a rise in this, and I'll discuss that with you in a second. Cruel and inhuman treatment, and in order to use this ground for divorce, the arbiter, whether it's the referee or the judge, now we get a referee if it's uncontested, meaning there's no fight, or we get the judge if it is contested and there is a fight. The judge will be looking for specific acts of cruelty that happened in the last 5 years. Now, it is not enough to say, well, we argue with each other. My spouse is a constant nagger, and they continuously argue with me, and we just can't get along. That's not enough. We must show mental or physical issues, and that puts one in danger and makes it unsafe or improper for that person who's filing the divorce to continue living with the other person. Now, the reason I'm seeing a rise in this is simply because, and this is going to shock you, Lady D, and it's going to sadden you also, it's because a lot of individuals are out there purchasing a spouse on the market for a green card. Like, Mr. Merrick, we're not talking about green card today. Why are you bringing this up? Well, I'll tell you why I'm bringing it up. So you go out, you pay somebody from, another country to find your spouse. They take $20,000 from you to find your spouse. Turns out that the guy's there to eat out your refrigerator, take out your monies out of your bank account, and not turn up. Not turn up to the immigration interview with you.
Yes.
Now, he might have robbed you, he might have put you down, he might even have hit you. So now we see where the individuals might have an opportunity to file for abuse for immigration purposes. And the way in which you prove abuse, one of the ways in which you prove abuse is to file a divorce for cruelty. So we've seen an increase in that type of divorce. The next one you've heard about it is called abandonment. Now, abandonment can be constructive, or it can be actual, literal. Now, let's discuss what it is. Now, let me ask you a question, Lady D. What does the term abandonment conjure up in your head right now?
It tells me that you have left me high and dry, and I don't know where to find you.
Good, perfect. And I'm glad you said that, because that's true, and it's true, and there's another section to it also. So this is what we call physical abandonment. Physical abandonment is when one person gets up and leaves the marital home for a period of 1 year or more without consent, without permission, without knowledge. The other person did not agree to it. Mm-hmm. So that's physical abandonment. But there's something called constructive abandonment. The constructive abandonment is when one person paints a broad, thick, yellow line down the middle of that marital bed again. Mm. So don't cross that line, Lady D. Now, by not crossing that line, we understand that there are certain things that makes up a marriage. And we understand that a normal, healthy marriage does not include a broad, thick, yellow line down the middle of the bed. Mm-hmm. And what that means is that when a yellow line is drawn in the middle of the bed and no one crosses the yellow line, and there might be an invitation by the one who did not draw that yellow line to say to the one who drew the yellow line, hey, take away that yellow line, man. I'm inviting you to come over to my side. I'm inviting you to remove that yellow line. Mm-hmm. If that invitation is not taken, then that becomes constructive abandonment. The person who drew the yellow line constructively abandoned the marriage.
Oh, okay. Let's take a quick signal. 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If you're joining for the very first time, this segment is called Community Law Talk with Attorney Merrick DeMar and yours truly, Lady D. And Attorney DeMar's office is at 782 Burke Avenue in the Bronx. If you'd like to make contact with him, the telephone number is 719-519-6281. We're talking about divorce in New York. And Mr. DeMar, I know that there are people listening and they're saying, oh, that was me. Oh, I didn't know that. Tell me more. Call us here if you have a question or if you'd like to share something very briefly in keeping with the topic this evening. He'd be too happy to discuss it with you. 914-600-4228. Continue, Mr. DeMar.
Thank you very much. Now, the other ground for divorce is called imprisonment. So you and I are married, Lady D. I did something wrong. I was placed in prison. Now, as long as I'm in prison for more than 3 years or more in a row, you have the right, without permission, to go and file a divorce. Merely based on the fact that I have been in prison or incarcerated for 3 years or more. Now, I must be placed in prison after the marriage started. So you cannot come and marry me in prison, and then, by the way, there's a lot of that going on where there are sympathetic romances.
So I gather.
Yes, sympathetic romances.
Yes.
And so we cannot use a sympathetic romance as a ground. It must be where we have been married and I was placed in prison after the marriage begun. Now, you can now use this grounds for divorce if I'm in prison up to 5 years after I get out of prison. So let's examine this for a second. So we got married. I committed a crime. I'm placed in prison. 3 years and 1 day after, you can then go and file for a divorce. Now, what happens if I come out of jail or prison, you did not file the divorce, and you really got repulsed by my behavior? It was really not good I did. It was horrible, in fact. Well, the moment I get out of prison, you have 5 more years. You have 5 more years to go and file that divorce based on the fact that I was once in prison for more than 3 years.
Okay.
So this gives 2 things. It gives you a wider latitude. But it also gives one other thing which is kind of a little bit testy, which is it gives you the noose to hold over my neck for 5 more years and to pull that rope if you're angry at me or to use it to manipulate me. So if you understand what I'm saying, right? So at all times for 5 years, I have to be on my P's and Q's because at any moment I could be the best husband in the world and one day you get up and say, you know what? You looked on me funny, or you left the dishes out, or you were hanging out with your friends for a minute too late. So you know what? I'm going to exercise my right to go back in the past and file a divorce because you were in prison a long time ago for 3 years or more. So that's that with imprisonment.
Oh, but may I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
How long does it take to get a divorce in New York?
Brilliant question. Now, it depends on the jurisdiction. There's something called forum shopping. And what forum shopping is, we as attorneys have the ability to file outside of our jurisdiction based on the backlog in a particular jurisdiction. So you'll see where jurisdictions will get bogged down as the rush moves towards that jurisdiction because we heard it was fast.
Okay.
So in the Bronx right now, it can be up to 8 months. In Brooklyn, it might be shorter. In Westchester, it's even going to be shorter. So depending on it. So guess what happens now? We hear that Westchester is shorter. So guess what happens? We all rush to Westchester. And we clog up the system. And then the Bronx gets emptied out. Westchester gets clogged up. And they kick us out of Westchester. We're back in Brooklyn. It varies, Lady D.
Oh, okay.
It varies. Right. Now, the next ground has a little twist to it, a cute little twist that a lot of people don't know. And I'm introducing it by saying, keep your memory open to imprisonment, where for 5 years after I get out of prison, you can still sue me for divorce. By the way, Lady D, a divorce is a lawsuit. A divorce has a plaintiff and a defendant. It is, in fact, a lawsuit.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't think most people considered it to be of such.
Yes, and I think you're right. But in fact, it is a lawsuit like any other lawsuit where one party is suing another party for something.
So do both parties have to sign the divorce papers?
In an uncontested divorce, they don't have to sign. The defendant does not have to sign. So when you hear somebody saying, well, I'm not going to sign the divorce, it means nothing. As long as you've properly served that defendant, you are divorcing me, you served me, and you file your affidavit of service in court. If I don't respond within the statutory time frame, which is 31 days, after that, you can go after 33 days and file for a default judgment.
Yes. Okay.
So, no, you don't need a signature. The other one is adultery. Now, what is adultery? Well, we all know what adultery is. You're stepping outside of your marriage. You're not being faithful to your marriage. And, for all those individuals with the side chicks, the girlfriend, the sweetheart, the baby mothers, that in and of itself explains adultery. Now, we can prove adultery in different instances. We can use private investigators. We can use the birth certificate of a child born outside of that marriage. We can use photographs. A lot of individuals who probably received their PhDs from the School of Dunceness put up their pictures with their paramour on Facebook. Right. Now, for those of you who missed the point on the paramour, Lady D will explain what a paramour is. Lady D, you want to take a shot at it?
I'd like you to continue, please.
All right, good. So, you have your paramour, you're smart enough to put it up on Facebook or social media down at Atlantic City, and we can use that. You're on a dating website, Lady D. We can use that. We can use photographs that we take from private investigators, or a birth certificate of a child. Now, there's a twist to it. If you go out there and commit adultery, and I go out there and commit adultery, it washes. None of us can see.
None of you, right.
Yeah. There's another twist to it. If you go out there and commit adultery, and I knew you went out there and commit adultery, and there's no yellow line down the middle of the bed, then it washes.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
Yes.
It's called forgiveness. We try to encourage forgiveness. We try to make sure that people forgive each other. People understand that things can be worked out. And that's what we're encouraging here, ladies and gentlemen. Divorce is not the first step. It should be the last step. Now, the two other grounds of divorce, I'm going to wrap them up into one. It's called divorce after legal separation agreement or divorce after judgment of separation. Now, a legal separation agreement is when Lady D and I get together and we agree that we're going to try and live separately for a period of 1 year. We're going to sign a document that says, look, you're going to do this, I'm going to do this. Whatever you get within the 1 year is yours. If I win the lottery within the 1 year is mine. We're not going to argue over it.
Okay.
And if after the 1 year it doesn't feel right, then we can come back together. But if we come back together, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine.
I might just want to come back when you win the lottery.
You might, but it's not going to be yours because we had that separation agreement. That's the safety mechanism there. Right? Now, if, however, we decide not to come back after the 1 year, and we decide, look, it didn't work out, thank you, it was nice, we tried, we did our best, then we can now just file a divorce based on the fact that we separated for 1 year, and we go about our merry ways. What is yours, what is mine. And then the last ground for divorce is really, the grounds is not used very often. It's a very rare ground where we actually drew up the document, we lived apart, but we filed that document in court instead. And once that document was filed in court, after 1 year, we can just slide in the balance of the divorce documentation.
Okay.
Because once it is filed in court, it's paid for, we can just slide in the rest of the divorce documentation, and we're divorced. And we're divorced in no time flat.
Okay. I'm sure you have seen, in your experience, some really, really contentious divorce proceedings.
I have seen divorce proceedings that ended in death. Yes.
Oh my! Okay.
Yes, in murder.
I wasn't expecting that one, but yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
Well, quite informative. What I appreciate with this segment, and you, of course, as the presenter, Attorney DeMar, is that you're presenting topics that, though familiar to many, but the intricate details many people are not aware of unless they have the experience. And so you're kind of prepping people.
Thank you.
Just
Well,
just
belief,
in
Lady
case.
D. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you're prepping people just in case you might fall into this particular situation.
Yes, and and I'm thankful for that. In case you can think you're going to fall into this situation, live your life as a married couple. Enjoy each other. Don't secrete things from each other. But if you believe you're headed down in that direction, start to get vital documentation. Make copies of them. Keep them. It might come back to help you later on.
That's true.
But until then, enjoy your marriage, please. It's the institution that we really believe in. It's meant until death, a natural death, not killing each other.
Yes.
Lady D, please keep safe. To our listeners, please keep safe. Use common sense. Don't burn up your nose with a blows dryer. Don't mix chemical that's going to burn up your hands. Keep safe. We'll get through this together. The good Lord is watching over us. Be well. Take care. God bless.
Blessings to you, Attorney DeMar. Thank you so much. Office located at 782 Burke Avenue in the Bronx. And I invite you to call him if you would like him to hear out your grouse. What's going on with you? Call him 718-519-6281, 782 Burke Avenue in the Bronx. This has been Community Law Talk with Mr. Merrick and Lady D. I'd like to acknowledge those of you who stopped by my Facebook page, Claude out of Mandeville, Jamaica, J. Ross out of Canada, Sylvia Fairclough, hey there. Also Gary. Gary's so far away, some far, far place. Hey Gary, how are you? Thank you. Annie Chang, Dervin Malcolm of Power 106 FM in Jamaica. Thank you. Dervin says he's literally multitasking, so he stopped by. I appreciate that. And also Clyde Paul McKenzie and Leroy. Hey, Leroy, we go way back as co-workers. Rob Luke. Hi, Rob. And Councilwoman is also watching and saying hi, Lady D, and she will be calling me in a few minutes. We'll be talking about COVID-19 and what's happening here in Mount Vernon, New York. I must say thanks to the Facebook Live viewers, but I will be closing this so I can pull you back up when Councilwoman comes on with Know the Facts with Delia Farquharson. Thank you for joining me, Facebook. I appreciate you. Tune in to the YouTube Inside the Zone, and you'll be able to catch the remaining portion of the show. How about that? Alrighty, 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Looking forward to hearing from Councilwoman Delia Farquharson, and want to let you know that it is Sounds of Gospel Thursday here inside the zone, and I know that you are worried. Is there anybody out there who can say, no, sir, I don't worry? I would beg to differ. At some point in time, you're going to worry, especially if it's something you have no absolute control over, like the virus. We have no control over it. They recommend the 6 feet distancing thing, right? Social distancing. We can't shake hands. We can't call to one another. We can't this. We can't that. And we just have to do what we have to do to make sure that we remain safe. And so the first Thursday feature of the show on April 2 has so much information for you. Community, from the law aspect of it, news out of Jamaica, and music to soothe your mind. With me online at 7:32 p.m. is Good Evening to you.
Good evening, Lady D. How are you?
Hello there, Councilwoman. What's going on? What's going on?
It is the highlight of my day when I get to spend a few minutes with you. So thank you so much, as always, for having me on your program.
You're most welcome. And, you know, you're missing out on being here, but we have to do the social distancing thing.
Yes, that's right.
So I'm managing to hold up so I don't break down.
Yes, we want to keep you safe, you know, just in case. I am positive. I don't want to go anywhere near you.
Okay. Yes, yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Know the Facts with Councilwoman Delia Farquharson. She is of the City Council here in Mount Vernon, New York. And since this whole COVID-19 virus has taken a toll on the nation and nations worldwide, we have had we simply brushed the surface of it, but we did not address how the residents of Mount Vernon, how the City Council is helping to pass on communication to its residents. What is happening, Councilwoman?
So, Lady D, thank you so much for having me again. And I just want to start the program by saying that our sincere condolences, you know, from the entire City Council and the City of Mount Vernon, our sincere condolences for all these folks who have lost loved ones to this COVID-19.
Councilwoman, there is a clicking sound. I'm not sure what's giving me that sound. If it's, are you using your headphone or something? I don't know.
Can you hear me better?
Better, way better.
Oh, good. Yes, Lady D. So I was saying that our sincere condolences.
It's there again.
Oh.
Each time.
I don't hear. I don't hear anything.
You're not hearing it, but I'm hearing it. I don't know.
Do you want me to hang up and call back and try again?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's your earrings, something.
No, I don't have any earrings.
No. All right. We'll keep going.
Yeah, I don't have any earrings, so I don't know what that is.
All right.
Yes. So I'm going to say that sincere condolences to all the folks who have lost loved ones to the COVID-19. It is really horrific how quickly death just comes to snatch, all these folks.
Yes.
Our community is particularly being ravaged because, as you know, we're a community of mainly black and brown people, and we have poverty as one of the pre-existing conditions. We have comorbidities. We have the diabetes, the high blood pressure, the obesity. All of these things make folks more susceptible to COVID-19, which is all the more reason why you have to stay in, why you have to practice your social distancing, wash your hands, cover your cough, don't touch surfaces and touch your face. You just be constantly washing your hands because you have to keep yourself safe. Because we are, as a community, we are particularly susceptible. And so, this is a frightening experience, but we can get through it by exercising good sense, by practicing all the recommendations that have been made to us, by keeping ourselves separated and safe as this thing passes through our community.
Now, in Jamaica, last evening, they implemented somewhat of a, what they call it, from 8 p.m. to
curfew.
Curfew, yes. And it seemed to have gone well, pretty much. Is there any such thing that will take place here?
Planned. Right. Well, we don't have any curfews planned right now. What the mayor has done is that she's implemented a coronavirus task force to ensure that people who are going into the stores, that, the stores are keeping folks safe, practicing good public health. We're encouraging folks to be off the streets, right? Really encouraging people to be off the streets and to stay home unless you absolutely must go out. And then when you go out for just your essentials and then go back inside to keep yourself as safe as possible. So there's no talk right now, neither with the city council or with the mayor, of implementing a curfew.
What we have come to realize is that people are always on the run. And even though it is being broadcast worldwide of the implications of the virus, ultimately death, and the lonesome aspect of it, because once a person is hospitalized, their families are not able to see them again. And if they pass, they die alone. They just die with, just the hospital staff attending to them, but their families are not there. So how do you think, because people will say, well, I don't feel any way, nothing is wrong with me, I'm not exhibiting any kind of symptoms and so on. And the more we are listening, and I believe it, the more we are listening to the professionals in this particular field, is they're saying, listen, if you're too close to someone, it's natural that you're going to get it. I didn't even realize that one of the symptoms is loss of smell, loss of
and taste.
So maybe a lot of people have not even been smelling any smoke or anything, but they just don't realize because they're not running a temperature or anything and walking around.
You know, Lady D, what the researchers are saying, what the scientists are saying about this virus is that at least 25% of the folks who are positive will absolutely show no symptoms at all.
Yes.
And those, even though you show no symptoms, because you are positive, you are able to transmit the virus to others who may not be so fortunate. If they get it, they can get deathly ill. And so that is why my stance has been, Lady D, and that's what I've encouraged people, is to assume you have it and assume everybody else has
it. Yes.
Because if you do that, then you're going to operate with that in mind. And you're going to operate with safety in mind. So even though somebody's not coughing or sneezing or running a fever or having the aches and pains or any of the other symptoms, that doesn't mean they don't have the virus. And that doesn't mean they're not spreading the virus. So we must. And now they're saying, look, now the recommendation is going to come down that everybody should be wearing a mask. You know why? Because they said it can be aerolized. It's in the air. You can get it not just from sneezing and coughing, but from merely having a conversation and even from breathing.
Can you figure that? Oh my God. The more we think of it, it's the more we become concerned. Now here in Mount Vernon, because one of the things that they have also realized is that why it has escalated here in New York so much, it's because we live in close proximity.
That's right.
Everything is close. We live close. We work close. We have to commute by the train and public transportation. We're just in each other's faces. And people are using the gloves and they're trying to protect themselves, but they don't also realize that the same gloves. I've seen some posts that make a lot of sense, you know, in terms of the gloves that you use. When you have it on for an extended period of time, that same gloves, you know, is also touching other things. Have the council, in association with the mayor's office, been sending out any form of communication, some tidbits to people who think they know but should really see it in print?
Okay. So the communication that has been coming from the mayor's office and the Office of Emergency Management is under the fire department, is the office that's managing this COVID event for our community. Chief Odindo is our command supervisor or command, chief. And what the mayor has chosen to do is to give Facebook updates.
Okay.
Right? So now I believe, because she's gotten the feedback that some people are just not on Facebook, and that's not the best way. So now we're moving, she's moving towards more written information, instruction, conversations.
Okay.
The what I have chosen to do is to share the updates from our legislator, Alessandra Biaggi, who's one of our state senators. She sends out that daily update, and I like to share that. It doesn't change a lot sometimes from day to day, but I like to share that because it has really important information in it.
Okay.
Because some people just like to read. And then, and I also have, chosen to because I have been ingesting a lot of COVID information.
Yes.
I really have. Like, I really spend a lot of time really trying to understand what's going on. And you're right, Lady D, that the density in Mount Vernon is very high. We're the 8th densest city in the country. We're like 15,000% times higher than the the average density of the country. Like, we are a dense community.
Yes.
And, you know, as the governor has said, density is the enemy of this virus, because it's going to spread more in communities where folks are living in close proximity to each other in small quarters.
Yes.
So you know, so it's difficult. You know, we can always say social distancing, but if 4 people are living in one room,
right?
How do you social distance?
Okay.
Right? How do you social distance? Right? So then we have to stress the other things about washing hands and covering cough. And if somebody, you know, comes up positive, that you have to put a mask on them and just really try to isolate them. So if you have a bathtub, maybe the bathtub becomes their space. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you really have to become creative in keeping yourself safe.
I got you.
Yeah, you really have to. Yeah. And, you know, Lady dear, I'm going to say that one of the things that I believe is happening too in terms of sharing information with the community is that we have a public access channel. The public access channel studio is in the high school.
Okay.
And so I believe that even though there's not public access in the way that we need it right now as a community, that some of the press conferences, the updates that the mayor has given, my understanding is that some of that will be shared on our public access channel. So that will be one way that folks will be able to access information. But you know, we're getting better every day, because it really needs to. You know, as we approach the apex, getting more information out to the community becomes even more crucial. So we're getting better every day.
Yes. Councilwoman for the City of Mount Vernon, Delia Farquharson, giving us an update on how the city is attempting to manage the spread of the COVID-19 virus. And no matter where we are, the moment we hear, Councilwoman, that someone was just diagnosed, it does something to us.
It does.
Because
but, you know, Lady D,
last evening,
what we can...
last evening, a friend sent me, well, on Sunday, she told me her brother-in-law had gone into the hospital. I think it was on Sunday. And then yesterday, she texted me to say he passed. So, you know, it is so mind-boggling that, and we realize that there are people also it is affecting by way of death who are just in also their 30s. So, you know, this thing has no, at first they were saying a lot of seniors, and if they have underlying conditions and so on, but we realize that it is going after the younger people as well.
Right. Yeah. Yesterday, a 7-week-old baby died in Connecticut.
Yes.
Yeah. And what we know is that, you know, it does not have respect of persons. And I think because it's such a relatively new strain of this virus, that the research hasn't caught up yet as to who is impacted and who, you know, the 30-year-old young coach in New Jersey.
Yes.
Right? I mean, just the day before yesterday alone, I know personally about 4 people that died in the community. Right? Yes. And so far we've lost, you know, we have, I think, 382 people diagnosed positive in Mount Vernon. But we know that that's just people who have been fortunate enough to get the test. That's not an accurate reflection of how many people are actually positive.
Yes.
And then anecdotally, we heard that 20 people had died. But I'm sure that number is way higher today.
It occurred to me, you know, Councilwoman, that when we read of the bubonic plague or of a malaria outbreak or polio or, you know, people who, seniors now, who lived in that time were able to say, well, I have a sister, a brother, my mother passed away as a result of those different outbreaks, right? And now in our lifetime, we're going through the same process.
Yeah, we are. We are. And the unfortunate thing is, Lady D, that I think that this is a mind-altering experience. But, you know, I suspect it will not be our last experience of this nature, because this has exposed some really big loopholes, right? Really big loopholes in our public health system, and how vulnerable and susceptible we are, and how, because we are such a connected world, that something that starts in Wuhan, China, less than 2 months ago,
could have traveled,
is making its way across the globe. And it's already exceeded the amount of people that it impacted in Wuhan, China, and the amount of people that have died in Wuhan, China. Right? I mean, it's just, so this is moving at a breakneck speed. And when you think about it, Lady D, who would imagine that we would see refrigerated trucks at every hospital in this country waiting to pick up bodies, and the government is saying they need 100,000 body bags.
It's amazing.
So this is a sobering experience. It really is a sobering experience, which is all the more reason why I tell people, you know, there's a friend of mine whose wife died 2 days ago, and he may be, you know, we don't know if he
he contracted it as well.
Right, if he's positive, right? We don't know. But I told him, I said, listen, you're going to have to carry this grief even as you run for your life, because you cannot afford to sit and grieve.
Yes.
Now you have to be on guard to protect yourself and to take care of yourself, because this is about survival.
Yes.
You know?
Before we wrap,
this is about survival.
Yes. So your final words of encouragement and caution to the residents here in Mount Vernon and those who are listening to you across the social media platforms tuning into the show.
Well, I want to say that we understand that many people, thousands of people, have survived coronavirus, right? The COVID-19, including a 91-year-old. One woman is 101 and she survived it. So we know, we know that it doesn't have to kill you. The first thing is that you don't have to get it. So I'm going to say to folks, when you go out, if you have to go out, cover your face and your nose. Cover your nose and your mouth, right? Cover your nose and your mouth. Wash your hands religiously. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your eyes, your nose, or your mouth, because it has to get into your body one way, right? It lives in your in mucous membrane of your body. So you know that if you don't introduce it to those eye, nose, or mouth, it won't get in. So it's up to you. And this is something that's easily killed. Soap and water, kill it. Soap and water, kill it. So we know that we are mightier than the coronavirus. We just have to be on guard. And that's what I'm saying to everybody. Get on guard. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands, cover your cough. Assume everybody has it. So don't mix up and get close to people, because you just don't know who has it. Right? And somebody could have it and not show symptoms. So just be on guard. Know that soap and water kills it. When you go out, you come back in, you protect yourself, take off your clothes, try not to touch things that live on other surfaces longer, and some surfaces like metal surfaces longer, and believe that we are going to get through this. For those of us who are faithful, who believe in a supreme creative being, we know that nothing happens in this world that does not pass through the hands of God.
Absolutely.
Nothing happens in this world that does not pass through the hands of God. And because that's true, because God is in control of all of this, we can reside ourselves in that understanding, in that faith. And we will do our part to protect ourselves, knowing that God is protecting all of us. All right, so we're going to get through this.
Yeah.
We are going to get through it. As a matter of fact, we are getting through it, right? Look, it's already been 2 weeks, and here we stand. And so we are going to resolve ourselves that 2 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, when you and I speak again, that we will all be accounted for in the land of the living, the healthy, and the safe.
Yes. That's right, Councilwoman. Sound words. Thank you so much for joining me another First Thursday on Know the Facts with Delia Farquharson. How are we managing COVID-19 in the city of Mount Vernon? Blessings to you.
Blessings, Lady D. You be safe and well.
You too. Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care.
5 minutes to 8 o'clock. Oh, wow. What an evening. So much information. We had information from Attorney Merrick DeMar, and we were talking about divorce in New York, quite informative, and just touching base with Councilwoman of the City of Mount Vernon, out of the City Council, about how Mount Vernon is doing. How is information being communicated to the residents here in Mount Vernon? Good evening. Welcome to
Good evening, Lady D.
Good evening to you, Gloria.
Okay, thank you so much for bringing in these, hearing these programs so that we can listen, get our minds a little off things and more, learn how we can take care of ourselves. Thank you so much, and you take care and be good. I was listening for Mr. Merrick, but I didn't have anything to ask, so I just listened.
That's all right. It was informative. So that's fine, my dear.
So thank you so much, and you take care, and we appreciate what you're doing so much.
Thank you.
May the Lord bless you.
Blessings to you, too. I appreciate you. Bye. All right, center stage with Lady D, Denise Gomez, here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, Sign FM 88.9, and Touch FM Radio 90.1. This is Linkage Radio 101.7 and 104.5 FM. Reminding you that Corey's Eats at 3762 Boston Road has a waffle affair going on. Have you ever heard about a waffle affair? Well, if you haven't heard about it, check out the cheesecake waffle. I had it with shrimp on the side, and it was yum, yum, yum. It was nice. Give him a call, 347-947-9200. Say you heard it here, Inside the Zone with Lady D. Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Please support my sponsors. Both restaurants operate their Uber service, and as you know, we have to close up after a certain time, don't we? And that doesn't mean you'll go to bed hungry. You won't go to bed hungry. Call them up, 718-324-7484. They are at the corner of Wickham Avenue and Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. It is Thursday. How about your fried shrimp? That's nice. You actually taste the flavor of the coconut. Nice, nice. When I talk about good food, at least the things I eat, I'm telling you, they're going well. And I have some important information for you before we wrap up. Now you can use Western Union to send money directly to major banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, Sagicor, and more. It's fast and convenient. Download the Western Union app today or visit westernunion.com to start sending money directly to most bank accounts in Jamaica. Don't forget to tell your receiver in Jamaica to go to the nearest Western Union location and register their bank account so that they can start receiving money in their bank accounts. To register, the receiver must take a current government-issued ID, TRN, and their bank account number with the latest bank transaction receipt for validation. Western Union. Start sending money directly to most bank accounts in Jamaica today. For more information, visit westernunion.com or call 718-801-9370. Did you know all of that? I didn't think you do. Let someone know in Jamaica that if they want to receive monies directly in their bank accounts, all they need to do is go to a Western Union location, have them sign up with your bank, and the sender from here can send money directly to the bank. How many people are still walking up in a location? I don't know. Not many. They can't bother. They have to join a line. Social distancing now is an issue. So, take advantage of the online service, won't you? There you go. I'd like you to know, as I wrap up the show, that New Testament Temple Church of God, the house in which I worship, okay, that's my place of worship. We are located at 3350 Seymour Avenue, and we have always had our online broadcast on Sundays and for special occasions. Now we are having, starting Sunday, one service, which will be at 8 a.m. And if you'd like to tune in and watch live the service with us, all you have to do is log on to YouTube, type in NTTCOG at 9 a.m., and you will be able to enjoy the service live. And the service, we mean just the key people involved to broadcast so you can be blessed while you're home, while you're cooking, while you're on the job, somewhere that you are an essential worker and you have to do what you have to do, then you can tune into the service. Those of you with your smart TVs, you can pull it up on the app on your smart TV, let it come up nice and big on your screen and enjoy the service. Also, we have Good Friday First Fruit service as well, and that will also be online, and our Easter Sunday service on April 12. All services starts at 9 a.m. on a Sunday. We have put on hold our two service features. We usually have 8 o'clock and 11:30 a.m., but you know, things change, and you have to make adjustments accordingly. How about that? So, give us a call, 718-652-3288. Ask me any question you like. Email me, insidethezone.nyc@gmail.com. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember, in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Don't be fearful. There is hope for tomorrow. Love everybody. I am out of here.
You a kill off the woman them, yeah. Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman them. Why you a kill off the woman them, yeah, yeah. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright, say. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Murder, she cries. Even the tears summarize. Still insisting taking her life. Yeah, look at the woman, them nice and lovely, lovely. And them a kill off the woman, them like when Babylon running at Tivoli, Tivoli. Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman them. Why you a kill off the woman them? Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman them. Why you a kill off the woman them? Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman them. No more violence, no. Me can't sit down and watch him and them. I kill off the woman them. Stop kill off the woman